Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to world's longest football field goal kicker, NFL kicker versus robot. Don't know how to read. I kick field goals. I'm not like serious about it, but like you guys saw my video. It's on the main channel. Go subscribe to that. I'll leave it in the link in the description or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna check this out because I can't wait to see.
He's the place kicker for the Detroit Lions.
He's good.
He holds the
I know.
NFL record for the longest field goal ever, which means he's really good at kicking footballs. And this is a robot I made, which, not to brag, is also really good at kicking footballs.
Dang!
To settle who's better between the two of us, we're going straight to Detroit.
Nah, bro, that thing's gonna win.
Man versus machine. But to do that, I'm gonna need an 8-second travel montage. I arrived an hour before him to get the full NFL experience, and so I could soak up the fact that I had an entire
stadium to
myself in the most professional way possible.
Dang, bro, this guy's crazy with the inventions, though.
We just got word Matt is about 10 minutes out. He thinks he's coming here just to teach me all about like the kicking mechanics and the science behind kicking field goals, which is partially true. I am curious. But the real reason I'm here is I built a machine that can kick really far field goals. I think it can kick it farther than any human. But if I'm really gonna test that hypothesis,
destroying question mark? I think that man with his 80-yard field goal. That might be the longest.
That happens to be Matt Prater. Originally, a guy named Tom Dempsey, who had a unique kicking foot, held the record with a 63-yard field goal, and no one could beat that for 43 years. But then Prater came along and beat his record by 1 yard with a 64-yard field goal in 2013.
And then destroying him by that 70-yard, 80-yard cash money.
Later. There he is. And not only did Matt show up, but to my absolute delight, he brought along his personal trainer. Who's this?
This is Pax.
What up, Pax? How are you, buddy? And so after I joined him for his standard warm-up and stretch routine, I went straight for the jugular. So do you practice just as much as everyone else on the team?
I definitely don't practice as much as
Everyone on your team is watching this like, oh, you punk.
Everybody wants to be the kicker until it's the end of a game and you need a field goal.
Then I asked him
yeah, that's true. Everyone's like, kicker would be nice until it's the end of the game. You need a field goal to win it. Like, come on.
Leg speed. And leg speed makes intuitive sense, but then he told me the second critical factor is making contact 2.2 inches up from the bottom of the ball. Extensive research has been done that backs up these two factors as the most critical for maximizing distance. So after that, he showed me the proper technique to achieve those two factors.
So you come at an angle so your plant leg should be as close and straight as you can, and at this angle, so your kicking leg can be
I'm running two here. If I want to go kick field goals, watch this.
Your kicking leg should be locking right at contact.
See. And where do you hit the ball?
So you'll hit the ball, you know, the little bone right in the middle of your foot?
Yeah, like right here?
Yeah, okay. right there.
This will be the first time in my life I've legitimately attempted to kick a field goal. But after Matt's coaching, he made it seem like it was pretty similar to playing soccer. And I like to play soccer.
He's good.
You shouldn't have done this, but you taught me everything you know. So I say we have a competition, me versus you. I thought of a wager we could have. That Gatorade thing, it's got ice water in it. The loser gets dunked.
All right.
You okay with that?
Yeah,
that works. You seem pretty confident.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Look at this guy sandbagging. So with that, we were ready to go, and this was his first kick, which he lined up left-footed, which didn't bode well for me. Because he's not left-footed. This is a disaster. And then it was my turn. All right, Rober. Nope. Laces out, Dan. Gotta remember everything you taught me.
Yep.
I like that.
Got it.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Moving back 5. This
okay.
Is a 25
I can't wait to see them bring out that robot.
Say, Mark, what do you mean 25? You're only on the 15-yard line. And that's true, but the end zone itself is
that's what I tell people. So if I kick for the 10-yard, I'm kicking a 20-yard.
Got it. Good shot.
All right, Prater, let's see what you got, pal. Ignore this. Don't let this bother you.
We can have a full conversation.
What'd you have for breakfast? Oh, goodness. That
was
right in the middle.
Oh, that was a bad kick, but I'll take it. Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Bomb. Crushed it.
Oh.
That's further than I can kick, so.
Oh, wow. so far, I don't know, our kicks look pretty similar.
Come back.
Dang!
Crush
He's eating those cash money.
Easy.
Okay.
Spare.
No pressure.
And he still has the robot.
Oh no. That almost went over the net, man. Now that we were back to a 45-yard field goal, I was just stoked to still be in this. Oh,
Have the distance.
That's short? What? Official review. I want an official review. But there's something I haven't told you. I'm actually a barefoot kicker. You never saw this coming, did you?
No. It's honestly the last thing I expected you to do.
And in my defense, this was a super popular kicking style in the early 80s. But
Yeah, no, I don't like that. It hurts your
no
feet.
one really does it anymore. Except for me.
Get in.
He hit crossbar?
No!
No way. You guys saw me hit crossbar.
Oh,
Twice,
not
actually.
Cool.
That's the worst sound you can hear as a kicker too. Hitting the pole, yeah, or crossbar.
That's the best
that
sign.
was heart-wrenching.
Means you're
At
there.
least the high speed looked kind of cool.
Ew, bro, his feet just popped out. Like that.
So here's Prater for the win.
Not even
Just
close.
the perfect form. All right, Matt. I thought the barefoot was going to be my trump card, but I'll concede. As it stands, I'm getting the Gatorade bath. But while I might not be good at kicking footballs, I am good at engineering, which technically means I'm really good at kicking footballs. Let's go, baby!
What is this?
He dressed
Okay.
it up.
And stop. This, now you come around back. Greatest kicker of our generation.
Oh, no way.
You're looking for Ray Finkel.
Oh my god.
And a clean pair of shorts.
So now Prater knew the real reason I was here, but to truly understand what he's up against, we have to go back just about 1 year, because that's when, with the help of my buddy John here, we tested our first prototype.
That's crazy.
Really
That
good
thing
with
looks
this kind of
sick.
rugged,
I bet that
high-strength
thing can
build,
boot
'cause he's worked in
a
the
field goal.
industry doing props and special effects. And so at the end of that first day of testing, we could make a 60-yard field goal, but honestly, it was kind of just barely. We needed more power and accuracy because it was really inconsistent. But to understand how we fixed it, first
Yeah.
we need to know how
That's
it works.
crazy, though.
Fundamentally, we've got a hub
Alright,
attached
buddy.
to an axle here. It can freely rotate.
Alright, buddy. Too
And
much
if you slap
math,
a
bro.
kicking
Too
leg
much
on
math.
the
Oh,
end,
you guys
both
can skip it
rotate
if you guys
together.
want
Then
to
if you
watching
put a
this
winch
video.
on this side,
I'm not gonna
connect
skip it
to
just
a
in case you
wire
want to
that
watch it.
secures to the hub here, and then springs on this side also attached to a wire.
It's actually
that
kinda cool,
attach to
though.
the hub in the same
Hold
spot.
up.
Then when the winch pulls down, the springs stretch out as the leg is cocked back into position. Now we just need a way to fire the thing. A quick release is a hook system that easily unhooks when you pull a cord. So if we put one of those here and then pull the cord, the springs now contract, which makes
Okay.
the leg spin real fast.
I messed with
For
that.
version 2 of the robot, everything had to get much more rugged and compact.
I messed
we
with that.
doubled the force from the springs to over a ton. And when we went out to test this time, it definitely did have more power.
Jesus!
And our 60-yarders were looking much more promising. But because the football was making contact off to the side of the leg, it still wasn't as accurate as we wanted. So for version 3, we changed how the foot attached.
Bro,
which
it
allowed us to get
murders
ball
the
straight
football.
on. We also tried to determine the best foot diameter as well as the best spot to make contact with the ball. But I still wanted even more power, which was tricky because there was already so
Dang.
much force that we busted our industrial strength quick release, which is why there's a loose bolt in the frame here, which is just never something you want to see. And so for the
That's
fourth and
crazy,
final version,
though.
we upgraded to a much beefier
How they
quick
can get
release,
that much of a
and then
boot off
increased our
on that?
sprint force to 2 tons.
That is
We
wild,
also got
bro.
clever with some
Imagine
mechanical
being able to
advantage
kick
by
like a
making the diameter of the leg
70,
sprocket
80
twice
yard
as
field
small
goal.
as the driving
That'd be
sprocket.
low-key
So it
nice.
rotated twice as far,
I would
but
actually
in the
love
same
that,
amount of
though, if I'm gonna be
time,
honest.
which means we doubled the
Kicking
speed.
that hard
With
of a
big
field
build like
goal?
this, you are only as
Freaking
strong as your weakest
20
link. So this process of prototyping,
I can kick
failing,
20
and
yards out
fixing
here.
helps flush out all the weak links as quickly as possible until hopefully there's none left. And so a year after we
Dang,
first
bro.
started, this fourth version finally had the kind of power
Dang.
and accuracy I was hoping for, even if we were definitely pushing the physical limits in a few critical spots. For now, though, it was time to give Mr. Prater a proper
That's
introduction.
crazy.
So Ray Finkel is my surrogate. This is what I couldn't do, even with my barefoot. We'll see if old Ray here can do better. Now, I'm not abandoning everything you taught me here. Okay, 2 steps over.
Watch him kick it. It's dang.
Okay, here we go.
This is
You
gonna be fun
ready?
to watch.
3, 2, 1. Get up! That's my boy! That's my boy!
Wow, that looked really easy.
That looked pretty easy.
Yeah, that looked really easy.
I hate to tell you, Matt, but that was
Dang.
full power. In fact, that was only 1/3 power. For a half power demonstration, we went to the extra point location where, for reference, here is Prater, the mere human, kicking full power into the net, and then Finkel at half power, kicking it into the stands.
Half power?
And at this point, we'd poked the sleeping giant because, first of all, Matt suspiciously asked me to hold his next kick. Mommy. And secondly, after that 50-yarder, he continued working his way down the field, despite my best efforts to even further rig the competition.
Oh my God.
Dang, bro, he's got a boot on him.
You have real bad golf etiquette.
I had this great idea to arrange with my buddy Paul Nurkala to get some drone racing footage of a field goal because he's the drone racing world champion, and that would just be so dope. This footage here is from a test session we arranged to see how cool it would look, and it turns out the answer is really freaking cool.
That's sick.
But after we got everything set up, a staff member requested we didn't fly drone inside, so you're just gonna have to use your imagination as Prater bombs this 60-yarder.
Dang, bro.
Which meant the next
That is
attempt would
crazy.
be farther than his NFL record.
That is
and one
far.
of the things Matt does so well is
Oh
that
my
technically
God.
you want to launch the ball at 45 degrees to maximize the distance on a kick. More than that, and you waste your energy in height. Lower than that, and it hits the ground prematurely. In real life, though, where the ball experiences drag from wind resistance, the ideal angle is closer to 40 degrees, which you can see Prater has down to a science. This is 1 yard past the NFL record, which this man holds.
That's cash money too,
Get
bro.
up, my toe. Get up.
It's
Oh,
good!
is it in?
Dang, bro.
I'll take it.
Okay,
Go back a little
okay.
further.
You're
Okay.
crazy, dude. I'm putting on
I can't
my
wait to see
rally
this
cap
robot
for you,
kick,
buddy.
though.
As much as
Half
I don't
power
want
and
to
whatever
get
the
doused with
thing.
Gatorade. And while Matt's taking a few attempts at this 70-yard field goal, let me just say that it's really special being in the presence of an elite athlete such as himself. Don't rule out barefoot here. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness.
Is that in?
These were honestly the first shots he
Jesus.
missed all day from anywhere on the field.
God dang, I want to see him and Destroying collab.
Dude, well
Like,
done.
for real.
So now that Prater was unsuccessful from 70 yards, Finkel rolled over to potentially win the
Dang, bro.
competition and save me from an ice bath.
That's crazy. Alright, while we're watching this ad, please subscribe to the main channel. Go check out my TikTok at YTG.
Sorry,
Click
guys,
the main
I
channel
can't
in the
come
description down below.
All right, here we go. A little bit of train horn for good luck and good measure. And this is where Matt got a little taste of Finkel's true range of motion.
Dang.
Okay.
This was
That doesn't
about
look normal.
80% full power for him. That's all you gotta do, dude. That's all you gotta do. 3, 2, 1, hit it!
Dang!
Go, baby, go! And so even with a terribly
God.
inefficient launch trajectory, we'd settled the question of man versus machine. That's my boy!
That flew!
Boy! Finkel!
That
The
legitimately
hang time
flew.
so
Oh my god. That is insane. That's crazy. That's
I
you guys
know.
don't understand
But since
how high that
Finkel had
went.
made the trip all the way out here, we decided to keep going and try his foot next at an 84-yard field goal, which is an even 20 yards past the NFL record. But first, we wanted to try and figure out the foot speed of Finkel versus Prater. So we recorded a few kicks in slow-mo with a checkerboard background behind it. This is a trick I learned while at NASA that they've used for ages, because if you know the size of each of those squares, it allows you to watch back the clip and tell the speed of any moving object in the footage by converting grid boxes per second to miles
Okay,
per hour.
per hour.
So when you do this, you find
Big
Matt's
brain.
foot is moving at an insane 48 miles per hour, which puts him right up with the elite place kickers and soccer players. The robot's foot,
It's
however,
just Scott
is
Sterling.
traveling more than 30 miles an hour faster at a blazing 82 miles per hour. We also measured the ball speed after
It
contact,
was
and
double.
while Prater is at 80 miles per hour, which is again insanely fast, the robot clocks in at 120 miles per
God
hour.
dang,
And
bro.
the checker background speed trick is so cool that I invented this. I call it the 40-mile-an-hour blanket because it's a
That's
real
crazy.
soft, functional blanket on one side, but the other side has these squares that are sized just right so that if you film in slow-mo on your phone, the math works out perfectly so that you just count how many squares it travels in exactly
Okay.
1 slow-mo second, and that's how fast it's moving in miles per hour. So for example, if I film this Nerf dart in slow-mo, then I play it back and just count the squares it crosses in 1 second, in this case it's 28 squares, then we know it was traveling 28 miles per hour. And just to prove this approach works, we used a radar gun to check our answer, and it came up with the exact same speed. And so it turns out I throw a Nerf football at 15 miles per hour, and I can do a short sprint at 12 miles per hour. There are 40 total squares, which means you can measure anything up to 40 miles per hour with one blanket. But if you get 2 blankets, then you can unlock the achievement to measure things up to 80 miles per hour.
50 miles per hour, bro?
Million of them, you can
Oh my goodness.
and it's not just
that is crazy.
Oh. And a
He
cozy
broke
blanket
something?
you can put on your bed, but the back is solid blue, which works great as a green screen for filming or for video call background replacement. And a very limited quantity are available on my relatively new website,
Dang, that'd be low-key fun
where
to
every
have.
single dollar of anything I sell goes right back into making builds
That
and
would be
videos
nice
like
to have.
And even if you're like, I got plenty of blankets, Mark, I put all the critical square spacing info on the website so you can construct your own grid and still have fun with the science.
I'm gonna have to do a video on that.
Finkel could blast these balls at 120 miles per hour. Here was his first attempt from 83 yards, although still not quite at full power, and I'll explain why in a second. Okay, a little bit of horn. Now we're ready. 3, 2, 1. And when you see this, these balls were no Deflategate Brady specials. These were the most inflated footballs I'd ever handled.
And they don't look like the most
them in with your
inflated.
hand. It's just the pressure from the robot foot was that high. The first kick had the worst possible trajectory, and so the hang time was hilarious.
That is insane. It didn't go in though.
We had quite a bit of energy up in the air. I think we need to optimize this a bit. But straight is a gosh darn arrow. So for the next one, we arranged the foot to contact higher up on the ball so it wouldn't pop it up so much. But still not a full power kick. Go! Please! But this one was just short because it knuckleballed and didn't pop up high enough. So now we know exactly where to strike the ball to split the difference between those two.
So far
and we figured we might as well leave it all on the table and go full throttle. Which makes now a great time to explain why we weren't just doing this on every kick. On our last trip to the practice field, we were totally dialed in, as you can see here. I mean, that thing is suborbital. As a reminder, this is a 60-yard attempt. This is only 4 yards shy of the NFL record. And as you can see, we've got a little room to spare as we pass through the uprights.
Yeah, nah, you definitely have a little room to spare.
We opened it up and sent all 2 tons of spring force through the machine and into the ball, which is when this happened. We're just going absolutely full, all of the power. 1! Oh my gosh!
That's ridiculous, bro. That is freaking high. Once again, go follow my TikTok and I don't control the ads, or why did you go and go subscribe to the main channel, which will be linked in the description above.
Yes! If you watch that clip back, the ball landed here, but it had the height to clear the uprights right here. And you'll notice that's right above this unique pattern in the cement. And from the satellite view, that unique pattern is right
far.
Here. Now we were kicking
that is far, far. So that is very, very, very far.
Distance? Well, if we borrow this convenient 100-yard measuring stick, then that kick would have gone through the uprights with no tee and a slight headwind from 105 yards away. Now this is a bit of a good news, bad news situation.
100 yards.
On one hand,
100
the ability
yards.
to max out the robot and kick 105-yard field goals is amazing. But on the other hand, on the very next kick, this happened.
Oh, the leg fell off.
The leg just fell off. We might be done for today.
Basically,
we sheared the key in the key shaft because of the whole 2 tons of spring force thing. And in case you're unfamiliar, this is the key. It's just a chunk of metal that gets wedged in here so that when the key shaft turns, the sprocket
this engineering
turns
is crazy though,
so
if I'm gonna be honest. Like I would want that like I wish he could sell that. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but like it'd be fun to have.
Those spline shafts had a 2-week lead time, and we were flying to Detroit a few days after this. Right, Finkel, from 83 yards, full power plus a little more. 3, 2, 1. Oh!
The leg fell off.
Oh!
The leg fell off again.
Watch Finkel's head here. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh my gosh!
The leg fell off again.
It was the key that was the culprit. Keys aren't supposed to do this. Like, that's bonkers. And so despite the explosive
Dang.
finale, I'm calling this a W. Not only did Robot Ray Finkel beat the NFL record...
That is crazy. Imagine having a robot that can kick that far.
But he did it at 80% power and a super inefficient kick trajectory. On top of that, even though he lost a couple freaking legs in the process, he showed he's capable of bombing a 105-yard field goal into a slight headwind right off the turf with no tee. And so with all that, honestly, I was willing to let Prater off the hook because an argument could be made that I technically sort of cheated. But his son Pax was already way too excited about the prospect, which I thought was just fantastic. Until it turned out he got off easy by comparison.
Alright, that's gonna kick it off for the video. Let me know what y'all think about that. That's crazy. Imagine being able to kick that far. I wish I could do that, bro. I mean, dope. No cap. Let me know what y'all want me to react to. Put it in the comments. Follow my TikTok. Go check out my channel. My main channel. And peace out.